Well, if you ever want to edit your photos, Apple just introduced Apple Creator Studio.
Well, but you can't really edit photos in the Creator Studio.
Yeah, somewhere.
You got
here.
Pixelmator.
Have you ever used Numbers
Oh,
before?
yeah, Pixelmator.
Yeah.
Have you ever used Numbers?
Like editing a photo where every pixel is one cell in a spreadsheet.
Or Marques, who edits his thumbnails in Final Cut Pro.
Yeah, you know. So, okay, Apple introduces the Creator Studio Suite, which is not anything new as far as the apps you use, but it is bundling a bunch of Apple's apps into one thing that you pay a subscription for, specifically $13 a month or about $130 a year. And it comes with a bunch of apps that are pretty expensive as standalone apps, which is cool. I remember I paid, I think, $400 or so for Final Cut Pro like a decade ago.
Yeah.
And I've gotten all of the updates since then. I've never paid more than once. It's on every single one of my Macs.
It's $300.
It's an for me, that's an incredible deal
It's
for
a really
me for
good
how
deal.
much I use Final Cut Pro, right? So if you use a bunch of these apps, then it's maybe a good deal or something to consider. The other interesting thing about this, the more you look into it, and I had to, clarify some of this with Apple and by reading the press releases, there will be some features like AI features or like premium content built into some of the subscription versions of the apps that are not in the standalone versions of the apps. Specifically, the productivity apps, not the creative apps, will get this like premium content or AI stuff.
Yeah, Keynote, Pages, and Freeform are going to get Apple Intelligence features that are specific to Creator Studio.
Yeah. So I was curious about like Final Cut Pro because they announced a couple new things like beat matching cuts or like being able to search through an automatically transcribed video to go to a certain place on your timeline, stuff like that. All of that stuff is coming to both the subscription version and the standalone version. So I was like, okay, are you going to make me switch to a subscription for Final Cut even though I've been getting all the features for the last decade? Currently, the answer is no. It's going to be on both versions.
Thank you for saying currently.
So I'm giving Apple the credit now because if, you see a lot of companies go, all right, it's a subscription. Adobe. Well, you basically don't own the software. You constantly have to pay for it. And Apple has had a pretty rare thing for a long time with apps like Final Cut Pro where you buy it once, it's on all your computers, infinite updates forever. That's amazing. And they're not like shelving that. Like that's staying around.
Yeah.
So if you don't need Motion, Compressor, Keynote, all these other apps, if you just need Final Cut Pro and Pixelmator like me, you can just buy one app and get infinite updates forever, and that's still a thing. So I'm happy about that.
It's infinite updates for the one time they update it every 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, they update Final Cut with every OS basically, with like one or two features.
One or two features.
I think the magic mask thing was the last significant thing. Yeah, magnetic mask they added was the last like impressive thing they added to Final Cut Pro.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in DaVinci Resolve that I think they really could compete with.
Yeah.
I don't know. Apple really needs to get this going. Their services game, they've been trying to beef up because they are terrified of the world where the iPhone is not their main money driver anymore. So they've been doing a good job in general of beefing this up, and I think it makes sense for them to like want recurring revenue, especially since these apps, $300 permanently one time. Honestly, like it feels crazy that we are even able to buy software once anymore. Like that seems magical that you can buy Final Cut one time for $300.
lost art.
It is a lost art.
Yeah.
But this does make it a lot more affordable, and generally I'm like very against monthly subscription stuff. But I think the really interesting thing is that students, if you have an EDU account or you're a student, it's $3 a month or $30 a year.
That's a huge discount.
Very cheap.
I feel like the student discount's usually like 10% off or something.
Yeah.
This is a massive
There's
discount.
some good ones. This is also awesome because like if you're going to school and potentially doing this, maybe you do it for a year and then you're like, I'm going to go into this professionally. I should buy the one-time thing because I'm going to be using this for a really long time.
That's a really good, now that I'm thinking about it, a great strategy from Apple. Like if the most important customer to you is someone who is beginning their life as like a working professional or they're about to start learning creative apps, you want this to be the best deal, the obvious go-to, so that these people are like used to your apps and then they grow up and they pay a little more. But like you want the customer first.
Well, that value is even better because the iPad version of Final Cut is a $5 a month subscription, and so is the iPad version of Logic. So if you're only paying $3 for everything, and it includes the iPad versions, the Creative Studio,
that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, so it is like you're saving a ton of money if you're doing that. Yeah. But even the regular version that's $13 a month, like if you are already paying the $5 for the iPad Final Cut and the $5 for the iPad Logic, that's $10. So it's an additional $3.
Yeah. I mean, even this is still a great. Even the $12.99 a month, like you might just be like, all right, I want to start doing some editing stuff. Pay for 2 months is still better than $300 just to try it and then figure it out and decide.
I'm asking someone who's watching this podcast to do the math for me. Add up the prices of buying one time all of these apps.
How many months?
And then how many months does this become a bad deal? Like the subscription for the first month, you win. For the second month, you win. For as many months as you've paid less than it costs to have access to all these apps, you win. But somebody watching this has a calculator and they can find the total value of all the software and how many months it would take.
Years.
It's probably a pretty good amount of time.
Yeah. As long as they don't
all of them.
jack up the prices every year, like every subscription service tends to do.
So true.
I hope they keep it this way because like Final Cut's been the same price for forever.
Yeah.
For reference, the Adobe Creative Cloud subscription is $25 per month for a student.
For a student.
So it's probably 8 times the price of the Apple one.
And the regular one. To be fair, though, like Apple does not really have competitors to every Adobe app in terms of quality and professionalism.
Yeah.
You just like Pixelmator is Pixelmator, and it's really good for what it is, and they bought it.
Motion
they bought
is
it.
not
Motion
After
is
Effects.
horrible. Yeah, Motion is not After Effects.
Motion is not After Effects.
A lot of these are very, very pro. Like a lot of people use Logic Pro, so there's that. But many of these are not true competitors to Adobe's app suite.
Logic Pro's a weird one because I use it for almost everything here, but there's definitely a lot of professional work that it does not have the feature set required. That being said, it's the only app on here that Adobe does not Audition.
Yeah, yeah.
You're using Audition.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, Final Cut is kind of in a similar place. Like it's really good for what I use it for. We use it a lot here at the studio, but there is an Adobe equivalent. I mean, Premiere is Premiere, and After Effects is in a totally different league from Motion. So like you could be swayed to the more expensive one if you need After Effects. But yeah, I kind of wonder what kind of person uses a bunch of these apps. Like I only use 2 of them, me personally. I use Final Cut and Pixelmator.
Yeah.
But somewhere out there's a creative professional who also uses Logic and Motion for some reason,
I don't know about
and
that.
Keynote.
Does anyone use Motion?
So, shout out to that creator.
Well, that's the funny thing is like, doesn't Keynote and don't all of those apps like Keynote and what is it, Numbers? Those come pre-installed on your computer.
Yeah, I guess you get the
So you just get the AI-ification versions, which we
premium
don't even know what
content.
that's going to look like yet.
I want to know what they're adding to Freeform.
Yeah, what is Freeform?
I love Freeform. Between Freeform, I think Freeform and Reminders are the 2 Apple included apps I use the most now.
Yeah.
Oh, Freeform. This is
Yeah.
okay.
Freeform, it's Apple Figma.
Yeah.
We don't. I do.
You do.
I love.
You use Freeform.
Oh my god, I love.
Oh, I thought you were
Freeform.
being sarcastic. Okay,
No.
This could be for you then, because you use Logic. And it's 2 apps right there.
I own Logic.
Yeah.
Do you use Pixelmator?
No.
Do you use Keynote?
No.
Final Cut?
No.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip. Now that you've watched this part of the main podcast, go watch the whole episode. The Waveform podcast is much longer than these smaller clips, as you know. Check it out.
Yeah.